Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. God has hidden unlimited treasures in His Word. Every time we open it, we can discover a new treasure, or admire an old one. What will we find today? Let's dig in. Here's Carla Early with Treasure Hunt in the Word.
Yesterday, we got 7 different definitions of unity from the specific Greek words and phrases that Paul used in Philippians 1:27 and 2:2. Let me read those 2 verses again. Conduct yourselves in a manner worthy of the gospel of Christ, so that whether I come and see you or am absent, I will hear of you, that you are standing firm in one spirit with one mind, striving together for the faith of the gospel. And make my joy complete by being of the same mind, maintaining the same love, united in spirit, intent on one purpose. All of these different ways to express unity sums up how Christians should relate to each other. In other letters, Paul focuses on submitting to each other and being humble. In Philippians 2, 3, and 4, he's going to explain that unity comes from a humility that puts others ahead of self. He also confronts some of the biggest barriers to unity, selfishness and pride. Now, what hit me in reading this passage was that our bond with other Christians cannot be the same as our bond with non-Christians. We can't be one in spirit with unbelievers because their spirit, for all practical purposes, is still dead. They remain unconnected to the vine, whereas we are connected and should be flourishing and growing. We can be of one mind with unbelievers in some things, but not in the things that count. We're definitely not striving together. They're not on our side of the tug-of-war rope. They're either watching passively from the sidelines or pulling for the other team. We can't think the same way because we're coming at things from different perspectives, different worldviews. They can't have that agape love that we have because they can only receive it from God. We can't be knit together in unity because they're from a different skein of yarn altogether. We have different priorities. We can't serve together in God's kingdom because they don't belong in God's kingdom. We want them to, but they don't. Now, if an unbeliever believes and comes into the kingdom, God does a miracle in their heart, and all of these things are possible. Sometimes it's a process, but eventually, when selfishness and pride get broken down, love grows, and they begin to truly live. And then the new Christian will be one in the bond of love as we are, or as we should be as Christians. In thinking about my relationships, I can see that the ones I work with best, the ones I feel united with, are Christian friendships that revolve around the Lord. We can share our innermost spirits with each other freely and connect in deeper ways. Some Christians I have friendships with, but that connection just isn't there. We stay on the surface and don't go deep. I realize now that I should be more intentional about bringing the Lord into relationships, in my conversations, my attitudes, and my priority in that friendship. Then there are those relationships with unbelievers. I should be more intentionally bringing the gospel into my interactions with those people. And I should pray for them, that God would get a hold of their hearts and lives. What about you? As you evaluate your friendships and other relationships, who do you feel most unified with? How can you become more united with other believers?
You can contact us at treasurehuntintheword@gmail.com. Also, if you'd like to share a treasure God has given you by doing an episode, please contact us. You can listen to other episodes on our website, which you'll find in the description below. Thanks for listening, and remember, where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.